I honestly can't believe I'm saying this. Tyson Fury beats Francis Ngannou. I can believe that. Oh, I expected to be saying that. By a split decision by 1 point? What? So much to talk about, to dissect. So, Tyson Fury goes in there against the guy who made his name in MMA, mixed martial arts, in the UFC primarily, who was known as a striker, but has no boxing background really to speak of, made his professional debut. He's the self-proclaimed greatest heavyweight of this generation and of all time. And he goes in there against Francis Ngannou and he gets dropped and struggles to a decision. Some would argue that he even lost the fight. What the hell? Fury looked horrible in there. He looked horrible aesthetically. He didn't look in particularly good shape. His feet looked very slow. He was bouncing, but that was really it. His feet looked slow. His footwork was a bit all over the place. His hands weren't the quickest. His timing was all off. He was losing himself in the ring. He looked terrible in there. This looked like someone who literally came into camp overweight and spent the first couple of weeks just losing the weight and then went into the ring with no boxing training. That's what it looked like to me. I've never seen Fury as bad on Fight Night. I've never seen him as bad. Not to take away from Ngannou, he looked very good in there. For a guy making his pro debut, he looked very good. You can clearly tell he took it serious. His technique is not too bad. He's got very long arms. Like, he was able to match Fury at range. And that really, I think, confused Fury a little bit because he was using those arms to good effect. And he was able to, when they were up close, land shots on Fury that he wasn't even able to see coming, which is how he was able to drop him with the left hook in the third round. And it was a legit knockdown. And you're looking at it and you're thinking, what am I actually seeing here? Because Fury landed early on a couple of right hands on Ngannou, which seemed to have no effect on him. But when Fury went down with that Ngannou left hook, he had that look in his eye the way he did in the Wilder fight, the third fight, when he got dropped the second time. Just, what am I doing here? Why am I, on the canvas? This shouldn't be happening. And what do I do now? Only thing was, he was in there against Wilder near the end of the round. He was in there against Ngannou, who is no Deontay Wilder, unproven, and that was happening. People, his fans would say, oh, Usyk is on the slide. Look how he looked against Daniel Dubois. Daniel Dubois was number one ranked at the time. Daniel Dubois is a proven heavyweight. He cleaned up domestic level. Yeah, he lost to Joe Joyce, but he is proven enough to be able to say, right, he can hang with some of the big boys. Francis Ngannou was making his pro debut, and Alexander Usyk won every minute of every round in that fight. He looked brilliant. As far as I was concerned, his feet looked fine. Everything looked fine. The air was taken out of him from the low blow, but other than that, he looked absolutely fine in that fight. Fury laboured and struggled to a split decision win over Francis Ngannou, a guy making his pro debut. The self-proclaimed greatest heavyweight of all time and of this era laboured to a decision, a close competitive decision in which he got dropped against the guy making his professional debut. And yet the Fury fans will still say that he's the greatest of all time and that Usyk was ducking him. Alexander Usyk has wanted this fight from the get-go, and based upon that performance, he is going to be chomping at the bit to get in that ring with Tyson Fury. Because if he'd have been in there, I'm telling you now, if Anthony Joshua had been in there, he'd have knocked Tyson Fury out. This is the worst I've seen Tyson Fury. I cannot emphasize it enough how bad this performance was. Ngannou, good counter-punching, was able to spot a lot of the traps Fury was trying to set for him, was able to land his own shots. I'd love to know the punch stats at the end of this fight, because I would say he landed more than Chisora and White combined, which are obviously Fury's last two fights. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. As the fight progressed, maybe if this was a 12 rounder, God knows what would have happened. Because as the fight progressed, Ngannou seemed to come more into it. Seemed to find a new lease of life. Well, not a new lease of life, but he seemed to find more life as the fight went on. I cannot believe what I've just witnessed. Ngannou was not a bad fighter. He's not a bad little fighter. I'll tell you that now. I mean, that guy, if he'd have started boxing, say, 10 years ago, God knows where he might have ended up, because he's not a bad fighter. I was surprised when I was watching. I was like, Jesus, this guy is not bad. He put Mayweather versus McGregor. McGregor's performance against Mayweather to shame. He arguably beat Tyson Fury. McGregor was carried for 10 rounds, in my opinion. This guy arguably beat the best heavyweight in the world. Insanity. At the time of recording, I don't know if Fury Usyk has been announced yet, but if it has, Based upon that performance, I wouldn't be surprised if it doesn't happen next. If Fury looks to extend it, maybe claims he's injured or something like that, or something, because a performance like that, again, you can say what you want about Usyk versus Dubois. That was way better than this. It was night and day better. Usyk stopped Dubois, for God's sake, made him quit. Way better than this. Not a good look for Tyson Fury. For boxing, it's not a particularly good look for someone to just come in the first fight and arguably beat a reigning champion. It's not a particularly good look. But the fight was just, you're watching it and you were like, what am I watching? Fury just lost himself in the ring several times. His ring IQ in there was shocking. I don't know, is it the timing that was off, just by not having a long enough camp, inactivity? Did he not take Ngannou serious? Is this what people like Alan Babbage have been saying, that Fury is riddled with injuries and we're starting to see him at the end? Is that what it is? I don't know. I'm asking you guys, what do you think? Because honest to God, this was shocking for me. I'd done videos during the week about it. I expected it to be an easy win for Tyson Fury, no questions asked. Not only did he go the distance, which I didn't expect, but to come so close to losing against Ngannou, I'm stumped. I'm lost for words. Even though the guy won, who I thought would win, did win, for it to be this competitive, I'm speechless. And arguably he could have taken an L there. Some people would say he should have taken an L. I'm stumped. I don't know what to say. Madness. I hope we get Usyk next. I haven't seen. I'm going to have it on pause. I'm going to watch the face-off with Usyk. If they get announced for December, I'm going to have to change my pick. Usyk all day, every day, twice on a Sunday. If that Tyson Fury turns up that I've seen tonight. Credit to Ngannou. Got to give him credit. He turned up. Fury didn't. That's my thoughts on it. Short and sweet, but I can't believe what I watched. I can't believe what I just seen. Unbelievable. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. I hope you enjoyed the video, people. Smash the like button. Not the most in-depth, but I'm still trying to process what I've just watched. Let me know your thoughts. Hope you enjoyed it. Smash the like button if you could. Peace.